grab a pen and pad. You're listening to the Take Notes with Kiki Barber podcast. Your host, Kiki Barber, a wife, mother, entrepreneur, educator, and author, shares her experiences, expertise, and advice that you can apply to your own lives.
Hello. Welcome to Take Notes with Kiki Barber. Tonight we have great guests tonight on our show. I have the pleasure of introducing to some and reintroducing to others. But you may know I'm my sister, lovely sister, Diane, my younger sister, and her husband, Tim Myers. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Hello. Thank you.
Welcome. So we usually go through we do a mommy moment. We shout out some businesses. There's no need for that because you guys are a business and we're going to shout you out. So I don't need to shout nobody else out because you guys are on here. And also you are a mother of two beautiful boys. So tonight we're talking about chemistry. And that the reason I chose you guys for this podcast in particular is because the way you move is something that's not seen a whole lot out here in these streets when it comes to marriages. And so I named this show The Chemistry of It All. The chemistry of it all. So first we're going to shout out, if you guys want to take a quick second to shout your businesses out. I know I did a quick shout out for the first episode on Demon Slayers, or your clothing line or apparel line called Slayers. What else do you guys want to go ahead? I like your little apparel. Yeah, that's Slay Giants. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
That's the new thing. Okay, that's the new stuff. Okay. I love the Slay Giants.
We're talking about
The website, nonprofit website.
Oh, we have a nonprofit website. It's up and running right now.
Mm-hmm.
You want to tell them what the website is? They can go to
That one is www.
Slayers.
Because it's slayers21.com.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And that's the site that has all your stuff housed on there that they can go to and you click anything you're doing. Because I know you guys do a lot of nonprofit events. You guys give. And I know Diane being my sister, we get that, I guess, from my mother because we like to give. God has given us this big heart to give. But you guys just had a giveaway for Easter. You gave 60 baskets away. And that was awesome. You said, I was actually on my way to come visit you guys and you guys were like, girl, don't even come, turn around because some things is going.
Those like in half an hour.
Yeah, you were like, those things are going, Key. Don't even worry about coming down here right now. I'm like, oh man, I really wanted to be a part. But first and foremost, if nobody has ever done it, thank you so much for giving back to the community and God's people. We really appreciate that and we honor that here on this platform. I wanted to get into talking a little bit about mommy moments. So do you have a moment, Diane, that you could talk about with your beautiful sons that might have just, because I know kids take you out all the time. Mm-hmm. Something that had you like, what? Did he just say that? Because I know you got little geniuses over there. They're like well beyond their years. So they're like little grown men walking around the house. They're like little grown men walking around the house. So what is something that you have encountered with your boys that you're like, what in the world?
Okay, we're going to start off with Malachi. Malachi is a baby boy.
Mm-hmm.
One day, me and Tim was talking, and Malachi was in front of us, and we was talking, and Malachi said, pause. I said, who you saying pause to? He said, I'm saying pause to my, he said, I'm saying pause to my mindset.
Wow.
And I said, what you say, son? So that moment, my son taught me that as an adult, we have to say pause to our negative thoughts.
Wow. Listen, and there is power in the pause. I live by that.
Power in the pause.
But how old is he? How old was he when he said that?
He was 9 or 8.
He was 8 at the time.
I think he was 8 at the time.
He said pause. He told his thoughts to pause.
He told us to pause. I said, wow. So at that moment, I said, wow, we really can learn from our kids.
Yes. Oh my God. That's a really good mommy moment. How to take what we, our kids say and apply them to our life. I told you all the time with Gianna and Sarah, they teach me a whole lot. Like people are crazy to say they don't learn from kids, because the Bible says out of the mouths of babes and suckling, and your kids can teach you a whole lot. So that was from Malachi. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Now see, but Michael has some words. Michael has some words, but Michael always challenged me, like in silent though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He always tell me, Mom, you told me don't do X, Y, and Z, but you doing it. And that kind of be like, I'd be like, huh?
Mm. See, we ain't from the old school, that thing where we be like, your mom be like, do as I say, not as I do. Kids be calling you on the carpet now.
Exactly. And then another thing is that me and Tim, we always talk to Michael and Malachi about their feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it hurt a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. And the other time we be like, okay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But kids will teach you about yourself and teach you how to be better parents if you just listen to them and apply it.
Exactly.
They sure will. They sure will. So Tim, how is it for you? Because my sister had these two boys before you came along, and you just came right on the end, brother. You came on in, swept her off her feet, bought a house, put her in it. You was like, I'm coming to get you in those children. Like, not many men are doing that. And I applaud you for that. And thank you so much for how you take care of my sister and love on her so much. Because as a big sister, all you really want sometimes is to see that your siblings are taken care of and that somebody has their best interests at heart and nobody's taking advantage of them, So thank you so much for that. But how was it with you stepping in to be a parent? Because I don't want to call you a step pop because you outdo that. So how is it with you coming in, stepping in, being a parent?
Well, you're right, Kay. I don't play that step pop stuff. Because I ain't stepping on no kids.
I know that's.
So
I know that's right. They're your kids, right?
Absolutely. I take them as my own because they are my own.
Yes.
So far as me stepping in, I had to learn them first. Mm-hmm. I had to learn, for instance, like Michael, like he don't like to speak in the open. Well, he used to didn't like being spoken to in the open when you corrected him.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to take him privately and talk to him and explain to him why we're doing these things and how we're doing these things and how it's beneficial to him.
Yes, he don't like embarrassment. He thinks everything is embarrassing. That's Sarai. That's my Sarai. Yep. Right. So you got to do them different. And how about Malachi?
And see, with Malachi, he's more of like, you have to be like kind of stern with him. Mm-hmm. Like you can't let up on him because if you do, he'll take you as you play. Like he'll play you for sweet.
Okay.
You give him an inch, he'll take a mile.
You give him an inch, he's taking a whole mile. That's how he is. Wow.
Everybody had to play him real closely.
Mm-hmm. Because he take advantage. That's Gianna. See, that's crazy because I got one of each. They just girls. They just girls. So let's get to the meat of this, y'all. So I wanted to talk to you guys about the chemistry of it all because coming from a place where I've been married, of course, this is my third marriage that I'm on, and how I never had that chemistry until this time around with somebody who's is a synergy where y'all just on the same page. Like, I know when you're not feeling good. I know when you're lying. I know when you holding something back. I know when it's like, I am you. It's like, I am you. So don't you dare tell me a bold-faced lie. Don't you dare act like it's not more than what it is because I already know that it is. You know what I'm saying? So I experience that now. But how is it for you guys coming into a marriage? And it seems like you guys have been in sync, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, to the outside, it seems like you guys have been in sync like that from the beginning. So how did you guys get that chemistry? Was it when you first met? Like how explain how that came about.
You want to go first?
So when I first met him, like it seemed like me and him just was like,
yeah.
That kind of scared me at first, actually. It scared me. Mm-hmm. That scared me so much. I was like, oh no, trying to push him away. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But it seemed like I was marrying myself.
Yeah. Yes. So how was it for you, Tim?
So for me, first meeting Diane, like I said before, like it was a scary but surreal type of thing. Like I knew when I seen her, I told her like, I got plans for you.
I know.
But at the same time, it kind of scared me because it's like when you see something that's so different.
Wow.
You see something so different, and it's like you're like a cut above, if not 10 cuts above anyone that I ever laid eyes on.
Wow.
So for me, it was like trying not to mess it up.
Trying not to mess it up. I get you. That you sound like Rob. That's how Rob was like. I'm not messing this up. I need to get this to the finish line. You know? So how was it for Diane running? Like, were you, because you know how most men be like, I don't chase nobody. I don't chase no woman. Like, when it's a woman, like you said, Diane is a rare woman. She's not something that's you see all out here, like it's a clone walking around of her. Like it's a rarity. It's like you see a pile of dirt and then you see this glimpse, like I just saw something shine. Where is it at? And you go looking for it, right? And it keeps escaping you because it keeps sinking in the dirt and keeps sinking in the dirt. But you find that thing. How was it convincing her that you were the one that you had plans for her? How was it in that moment?
Well, it had a lot with me being myself. Basically, like telling her where I came from, being up front with her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though it was a bold, it was basically a bold step, but I knew that if I was going to make it last and have deep chemistry with her, I had to put all my cards on the table.
Yes, don't hide nothing. And it's crazy because ain't no half stepping when you come in with that. When you come in with that, you got to put it all out there. And that's what some people fail to believe is that when they try to hide things, thinking they're going to hold on to the person, but in reality, it's the opposite. Soon as a person finds out things along the way, it's like, but you lied to me. All I have is trust. All I have is your word. And once you dishonor me with a lie, and I thought that was your word, then where do we go from here? You know what I'm saying? But I'd rather put all, like you said, all the cards on the table. And that's what Rob did also. So how is it with you guys? Because you guys minister together. You guys have your businesses together. You are like freaking frack. You like yin and yang. Like y'all just like left and right. Like y'all just flow with this thing. And it's beautiful to see because Black love is beautiful one anyway. But it's just a beautiful thing to see in the body of Christ because we have so many, like you said, division and divorces. And I, of course, myself have taken part in that or whatever for being disobedient, nothing that the Lord put on me, but just for me just doing what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it, when I wasn't supposed to, you know, but just you guys coming together, like, do you guys like pray together? Like what brings that tightness and how do you keep it?
Good question. Good question.
Good question. That's good.
Well, the main, you want to take this?
No, that's fine. Good.
So the main thing is we constantly stay in prayer.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing. Like we stay in prayer.
And no matter how we feel, we're going to pray every day.
Wow.
No matter how we feel, no matter if he's mad, I'm frustrated, he's frustrated, we're going to pray in the morning and at night.
Yeah, together.
Together.
No.
You know, I hate that, child. Like, I hate when I'm mad at Rob, he grabbed my hands, let's pray. I be like, get my face.
That's the wrong thing for you.
Yeah.
But I do it anyway, but I be sitting there begrudgingly like, oh my God. After a while, it melts off, of course, you know, and then you you go along with it, but you're like, oh, always trying to use prayer to get me back. He get on my nerves, you know?
But it's really necessary.
It is necessary.
It's so necessary.
It really is necessary.
Yes,
Like,
it's necessary. So that's how you guys flow. So Diane, can you tell me about a moment that, well, I guess both of y'all can take this question. A moment that you knew that you were not just in love with him, but you guys had a connection where it was like, oh my God, I know I'm him and he is me. And I know everything about him. Like, for example, me and Rob and I asked Rob the deepest questions. He'd be like, you so deep. Like, why you gotta go all the way back there? Like, if I see something that me and Rob are struggling with right now in this part of our lives or whatever, or we have an argument, I always know to go to the root of it, like it happened as a child. Somebody said something or did something, okay? Yes. And we're gonna go right all the way back there. So have you guys ever had a moment where you're like sit down and tell me what's the real? Because I didn't say nothing to make you that mad. You know what I'm saying? That had to come from somebody else saying it, and you couldn't defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? So how does that?
You want to go?
So in the beginning, I noticed that Tim used to always walk out the house. I'm like, where are you going at? You can't do that no more.
You can't just walk out the house, dude. Where you going?
But when I realized that it was easy for him to walk away, and I was like, oh, that's a deep-rooted issue right there. I had to pick on that because
you can't just leave this, bro. Yeah. And I can identify with Tim because that is crazy. And we both share the same sign. We're Pisces. It is easier for us to leave than it is to stay. Now, for me, I can walk out the door at any given moment. But for me to actually work at it and stay is harder because I have to submit. I have to let some things die. I can't just make a big fuss about. I just have to allow some other things to take place in me that I'm not used to just having take place. You know what I'm saying? So Tim, what was that moment for you?
Oh, the moment. She's looking at me now. Listen, the moment for me is when we was conversating, and the conversation got a little heated. And so I came in a little closer, to console her, and she kind of jumped back. And I was like, whoa, like, what's this about?
Wow. Like, she jumped back to defend herself or jumped back as in fear? Or just ready to buy you two-piece?
Defend herself. And I was wondering, like, yo, like, why and how did this happen? Because this looked like a trigger or a trauma that happened, something deep. So she let me know.
Because you knew already about my past,
right?
But you didn't know I was still dealing with it,
right?
I was still dealing with the triggers. Like, you came close to me, I jumped back in. I'm like, you better fight.
Like you used to throwing them hands up, right? Because you used to being in fights with other partners. And so how did you guys deal with that? That couldn't have been a one-time issue. Like, how did you deal with that, or did you change your approach to her?
So my whole thing was, because I knew the triggers, I changed my approach and how I approached it.
Wow.
So what I had to do was I had to let it simmer down and then approach her.
And then approach her calmly.
And then over time, when we begin to figure each other out and dealing with each other, because when you're married, you're not just like that. You got to become.
Yeah, you have to become more and more. Yeah, every day.
Absolutely. So it was me.
Wow, that's a big one. That is really a big one, but some people make a mistake because even when we have conflict, is a proper way to have conflict. Also, is a proper way to argue. Is a proper way to be mad. Is a proper way, to all of those things. Even though it's something where we agree to disagree, it's still a proper way to do it. And I like what you said about your approach when you said, first of all, I realized it, I recognized it, and then I changed my approach. Because I understand that there are some triggers, because that's a trigger for her. Yeah. Somebody will running up on her like that's a trigger for her to pop back and be like, okay, let me give her my stance on. Like, because you must want to fight. You know what I'm saying? Even though you have never laid hands on her, and even though you've never treated her in that capacity, she still has that PTSD from back then. I had to realize the same thing with being with Rob, my new guy. I got all this armor on, and I got my guns and everything. I got my armor and everything. Like, I'm going to war, but ain't nobody to fight. Why I still got armor on? Ain't nobody here to fight? Because he's not fighting me. All he doing is loving me. So now you can take this guard off, Kiki. You can take these guns off. Like, he's not here to hurt you. He's only here to help you. You know what I'm saying? So I like the fact that you said that in that regard or whatever. So Diane, so what was another moment that you saw Tim and you were like, this is my husband. When did you realize that this is my husband and this is my wife?
Okay, so I'm gonna go first.
Yep.
Okay, so one day, me and Tim was out at a restaurant, and God knew I was still questioning about, is he the one for me? Because I don't have time for no more counterfeits.
I know. Go ahead and say that again. No counterfeits.
No counterfeits. So I was speaking to God, and I said, God, is he the one? Because I don't have time. I don't have time. Like, you already know my heart, you know my mind. So this one day, I seen a black band on Tim's finger.
Oh, what? It wasn't there really. You saw it in your mind?
I saw like
in a spirit. Okay.
So when I seen the black band, I'm not gonna lie, I try to blame it on the Ciroc punch I was drinking. I was like, hold on, wait.
Blame it on the alcohol.
So at that moment, I went in the bathroom. I said, wait a minute, is I seeing things? Mm-hmm. So I was kind of struggling. Should I go tell him what I just saw, or should I keep it to myself? You know? Mm-hmm. So at that moment, I told Tim what I saw, and then the next day in church, we got a word from our apostle.
Apostle, huh?
So God was like, "You saw." Shout out to
Apostle Warren Martin. Go ahead.
Woo! So like God was telling me, like, you saw what you saw. Like,
wow. That was a confirmation.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. So that's when I think all my worries or all my my concerns and questions got out the window.
It just dissipated. Okay, cool. So you got confirmation from God. First, God showed you a vision, and then God sent the man of God to confirm that word. And then you were like, okay, God, I got you. Even though God had told you already. But he will send, that's the good thing about God. He will send confirmation just so you can make sure that you ain't just seeing or thinking you saw what you saw. You know what I'm saying? So Tim, when did you know? They say the man know first. They say this now. This is a part of code. They say a man knows who his wife is even before we know.
That's true.
Absolutely.
That's true. Absolutely. Okay.
That's very true. I'm a little long-winded, so I'm gonna try my best to condense it. So the first moment I realized that she was my wife was when she opened her mouth.
Wow. And what was that about? What she said?
Okay, so the moment she opened her mouth, number one, I can go down the list. Mm-hmm. Her mouth, when she opened her mouth, it was wisdom. It was understanding, it was caring, and it was love.
Wow.
That's how I knew.
That was your wife.
Exactly.
Wow. That is
because my whole thing was, I said to myself a long time ago, and Diane, no, I'm not
marrying no demon.
I'm not gonna marry no demon. I'm just not gonna marry no demon. So
that's important, bro. That's important.
So when I seen her, the moment she opened her mouth, I said, she it. That's it. She's the one.
That was it.
That was it.
Wow. Now see, you do know instantly when the person, once you get that. Now, one thing people probably know, players know it, because I used to be that too. But anyway, I ain't even gonna front. This is all real on this channel, right? So the moment you know, now I used to have date guys and they'd be like, won't you tell them to stop calling you? I'm like, man, they just my friends. Leave me alone. They just my friends, whatever. So I kept all these friends all during throughout the years. As soon as I met Rob, I said, listen, like you said, put everything on the court. Like I knew I couldn't lose this one. This is a good one, right? This is the authentic one. So I got myself together. I said, listen here, sir. Give me about a week to get rid of everybody from calling me. Okay? Give me about a week to let everybody know that it's about to go down, okay? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want you to hear my phone ringing. I don't want to be explaining nothing in the background. Just give me 1 week to let everybody know that I found my person. You know, and I let him know on the first date. The first date, I let him know. I started blocking people. I started telling people they didn't want to get it. Okay, now you block, because I ain't got time, okay? We blocking because you're not going to mess up this blessing. You ain't messing up this blessing. Okay? Right. You're not bringing that dead stuff into the living now, okay? So that's how you know. And when Rob first opened his mouth and said, can I pray with you? I said,
yeah.
Because I had told God, I don't think it exists. I don't think a man like that exists. Not to mine. I didn't experience it myself. Everybody I experienced, they come with one thing and then there's always something else. I never experienced an authentic man of Christ, like a humble man that worships God and loves God with his whole heart. And that's what I wanted. I had, like Diane said, counterfeits, you know? So when you experience that, and I know where you were, bro, because when you experience that, it's like all bets are off. All bets are off. Let me get this right, and I don't want to lose this. And when you come in like that, you set a precedent for peace in your home. You said, and people want to try to be, it's some hanger-ons, I'm telling you, they be trying to, listen, got to fight them off with a stick and everything else. Like, didn't I say I was going to be with him? Like, leave me alone, you know? You got to fight them off or whatever, but a made-up mind is a made-up mind. You know, and I'm glad that you guys made that decision. Now, how long was it from the time you guys actually said I do and Did God do a quick work? Like, how did that go?
Oh, wow. So what was it, a year or like a year, 2 months?
Yes.
So we've been dating for a year.
Yeah,
something like that.
You work quick, Tim, because you done what you done, Tim, listen, you work quick because you done went and got a house. Like you done did all of that and married her up. Like that is crazy. But listen, when a man know what he want, when you're the one, you don't have to force him. That's the thing. A lot of people don't get. There are a lot of women out here that are like engaged for 5 and 10 years. Sis, it don't take that long, sweetie. The moment that he knows, he knows. And if you are worth chasing, he gonna chase you all around. And then even after he gets you, he's still chasing you. That's what people don't understand. Even after he gets you, he's still trying to keep you. So he gonna keep doing things. Like I see, like one time I called my sister, she was like, oh girl, I got the rose petals down, waiting for my husband to come home. I know that's right. We do that when he comes. Like, I know that's right, girl. You better keep that thing fresh, you know? And y'all go out, y'all just came back from going away. Like y'all keep it fresh. A lot of people get married and they just let it go and it gets stale. And with the mundane of every day of going to work, coming home, this person working the kids, you need time for yourself. So do you guys do like a date night?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how often do you guys do a date night?
We try to do it twice a month.
Twice a month? Okay.
We try to keep like a balance going on with the ministry, with the business, with the kids, with the like spend time with ourselves, our family. So it's a lot.
Because I like alone time too. That's what I do. I like my alone time, just me by myself. And then I like family time. And then I like, you know, like you said, time for business and things like that or whatever. So what does a date night look like in the Myers house? Like, I know we just had COVID, so y'all couldn't really go out. So what would be your ideal date like? What was y'all like?
So first of all, me and Tim both love to get dressed. That's number one.
I know. And y'all be killing it, by the way. Okay?
I try.
Y'all be sharp.
Basically, like we like to go to restaurants, you know, different hotels. You just gotta keep a little spice in there.
I know that's right, girl.
A little spice.
Because a lot of church girls don't think they could do that. I can't do that because of hallelujah and but thus saith the Lord. But meanwhile, their husband looking at the girl that ain't going to church. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what I said. Like I said that I would like never get married and then start wearing like a long dress. I'm not doing that.
I wasn't doing that before, and that's not what attracted him to you. Okay.
I'm not doing that.
He saw that.
Like,
what's that? And you know what I'm saying?
You know, I can still praise God, minister, and still be a wife to my husband.
Yes.
Like,
yep.
I'm not
all of that. Rob be like, I like you. Put some pumps in some tight jeans. I'm like, tight jeans? He be like, I like you in tight jeans. Oh my God, like this is not Christ-like. No, I'll put my jeans on for him. Yeah. So you got to do, and that's the hard thing about women is we have to be all things. We have to be a mother. We have to minister to our children, our husbands. We got to go to work. We got to come home and cook. We got to do so many other things. So what was I saying about just a woman having to do everything? But the difference with me is that I enjoy who I'm doing it for now. Before it seems like it's a job, right? When you're not with the person you're supposed to be with, you know? So everything seems like a chore. Even sex sometimes seems like a chore. Like, oh, let me go ahead and just girl out just to make him happy. But it's like when you're in love with the person you're with, who you're supposed to be with, it's like, you just try to outdo each other. So you try to bless him as much as he try to bless you, and you want to do more for him, and you want to see him grow, and he wants to see you grow. And it's just like nobody's keeping tabs on who's doing what more. You just want to keep everybody happy. You know what I'm saying? And you enjoy it. You actually enjoy doing it. But thank y'all so much. Y'all want to add anything else? Any pointers that you want to leave with our guests? How to keep it spicy, or just how to keep the chemistry. I know you guys said prayer, definitely prayer, but you guys do everything together. Now I've seen you guys laugh together, you dance together, you're in business together, you minister together. Like I'm talking about dance, like y'all be breaking it down like regular stuff, and then y'all get in there and minister spiritually together. Y'all go to church together, like y'all do all of it together. And it's like, it's not like it's a front, it's like you really enjoy every single moment of being with each other. And that's what it's all about. And I just want to see more marriages like this for Black people in the body of Christ. And even with men being the head, women do a lot of things, but just seeing a strong man lead his household is just, to me, a beautiful, beautiful thing. So I just want to thank both of you guys for sharing all of your secrets and all your knowledge and things like that. And hopefully somebody can take notes on tonight on how to, once they meet the right person, knowing who they are, knowing the signs of the right person. And once they get the person, not letting the chemistry die, but keeping the chemistry going and growing old with the person. And actually liking, not loving, but liking who you actually pick.
That's it.
That's so true right there, because like I really feel though like Tim is my best friend. Like he is my husband, but he's my best friend before he's my husband.
Yep.
So it's like I have a best friend every day.
And you like him. You actually like him. It's not like I love him, so I'm gonna stay because I married him. I'm gonna I made my bed, so I might as well lay in it. You know what I'm saying? You know, some people get stuck like that, and it's like. But you actually like I actually like Rob. I actually miss him. Me, I don't miss a whole lot of people. Like me, that's how I am. But I mean, I love a lot of people, but I like my alone time. I actually miss him when he goes to work. I actually miss him when I'm away from him. I actually can't wait to see him again. I can't wait to go get ice cream together. I can't wait to get I just can't wait.
It's
a difference. So
it's a big difference.
Big difference.
Big difference.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on to Take Notes with Keke Barber. We really enjoyed you guys. Tim and Diana Myers, thank you so much for your strong marriage, for your faith in God, for raising two strong boys in this day and time. And I pray that God, all God's blessings on your life and that you stay covered and you grow bountifully. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to the Take Notes with Keke Barber podcast. Please don't forget, notes on a pad without application is just notes on a pad. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and press that notification button so you can stay in the know. Until next time, my friends.